Today we have to try to get millions of baby bass out of this huge formal style ecosystem pond in Friendswood, Texas. So here's the story. We built a massive water feature earlier this spring, and almost immediately after the finished construction, our client's son actually caught some bass and put them in this pond. And then they had a ton of babies. There has to be thousands of them. Everywhere you look, you see these little guys swimming around. So getting all these little predators out is a unique challenge for an already super unique water feature. We built a huge pond that surrounds a sunken seating area, which basically immerses you inside the pond with water on all sides. There's also a 20-foot fish viewing window that faces the main waterfall, which brings us to the point of today's cleaning, and that's why we're here trying to get all these baby bass out. We have over 30 fish coming in all the way from Japan, and we need to get fresh, clean water in this ecosystem for their arrival. Also, you can clearly see our client had dyed the pond blue with the help of some pond dye, and we want to dial that color back a few notches so you can truly see the fish's colors. So let's get to this deep clean. We'll start by draining this pond down, and just one more twist. Our client's son also put in some huge catfish, but don't worry, our guy Wilmer's on it. This was a pretty entertaining process. These fish are quick, elusive, but Wilmer was both strategic and gentle with capturing them. We put all of them in the bin and took them down the street to the local pond. Here's a look at the biggest catfish. He was an absolute tank. Don't worry, he also got released back in the nearby pond he originally came from. Next, Justin is going to get to power washing. This is also a very satisfying part of the cleaning process. You'll see him here just blasting all the algae off, making this thing look brand new. Justin loves to power wash and is always very thorough. He just loves cleaning ponds and swinging his wand around. Of course, this is a huge pond with a lot of surface area on those blue blocks, so the process took about an hour in total, but we couldn't be happier with the results. Now, back to the baby bass. Catching them was basically impossible, so you'll be pleased to know that we drained them in a nearby farm pond. It was a flawless process. Next, it was time to power wash the 20-foot fish viewing window. This is a 1,000-pound piece of acrylic that was specially designed for this pond to bring you eye level with the fish. With all these gorgeous koi on the way, we want this thing to be spotless. So now it's time for me to pressure wash this window. I decided to do this step in order to make sure the expensive piece of acrylic did not get damaged. After pressure washing, we flushed a bit around the waterfall, but because this is a relatively new pond, there honestly wasn't too much debris. It's simply time to focus on the crystal clear water, and it's time to refill. But here's the key. This is a 30,000 gallon system, and we only have 2 hoses, so we had to leave them running overnight. In fact, we left the hoses running for 2 days, and here's the result. Now, immediately, you're going to probably say, wait, there's still blue water. Well, we prefer the term crystalline or even aquamarine. You see, under this sunken seating area is a huge reservoir for water storage. Obviously, between that and the cracks and crevices of the waterfall, there was still blue dye in the pond. But it's a dramatic improvement and honestly looks pretty cool. Kind of like an oceanic lagoon. Ultimately, it still gives a great view of the new koi while helping cut down on algae, so everyone's happy here. Now in our next video, we'll be taking you through the fish unboxing process, and these were some truly jumbo koi. So stay tuned and thanks for checking us out.